Hello folks, and welcome here to Ace Run Productions as we bring you coverage of the 2023 Discraft Big Rip Classic presented by Ledgestone. We're out in Lumberton, Mississippi at the Eagles Landing Disc Golf Course, and I am JohnE McCray bringing you the commentary, and alongside me is going to be Shane Seal, one of our Pro Masters players here in the Southeast region of the United States, and a man who came in the top 10 at Pro Masters Worlds in 2021, and he also helped design the course we're going to be featuring today. So how are you doing, Shane?
Oh, doing great. Excited to get to see some great golf today on what is just a beautiful, picturesque course here at Little Black Creek.
Indeed, I always hear great things about it, and I got to watch last year's coverage and looking forward to seeing the players attack the course this year. Of course, we got Matt Orum leading our feature card. Recently won the MVP Open, represents wet-sized disc, and has just been consistently a player entering near the top 10 in the world rankings.
Yep, we're also excited to get a chance to see JohnE McCray, right? Kind of a returning back to disc golf in a big way, and happy to see him out here playing our courses along with Chad Sherbert. Chad's played every one of these tournaments here at the Big Rip and is the defending champion.
And then joining them will be Sylus Williams, representing Innova. Recently became a junior world champion in the MJ15 division, an absolute menace in the MA1 division for quite some time in MA1, but now is competing in the pros.
Yeah, here we're starting off on hole one. Kind of if you notice here, the great thing that marks these first wooded holes are nice, clean fairways, but the rough is really rough. Players here, we probably will see a mixture of forehands, kind of throwing at this tree over here on the left and letting it fade back, or turnovers as well are easily accessed by this hole's easily accessed by those turnovers. So I'm excited to see what the players bring us today.
And again, Matty O going to be leading things off, representing West Side Disc. He's got his Pine in hand, which is a neutral to slightly overstable mid-range. I'd imagine he's probably aiming for some type of kind of baby flex backhand to get up to the green.
Very nice turnover shot there by Matt. Should make for a really good look at a birdie here to get started.
Now we got JohnE McCray representing Latitude 64. Has a Fuse in hand here. Kind of one of his go-to mid-ranges, probably playing that turnover as well.
Johnny's not known for the forehands, but he is amazing at these backhands. But it looks like he may have turned that one a little too soon.
Well, we got Chad Sherbert here representing Millennium Disc. So probably has a mixture of Millennium and Innova in his bag, if I had to guess. Looking like he's going for the backhand turnover as well. Yeah,
this is a Cobra he's throwing here. Kind of getting to let that turn and then kind of come in right at, oh, oof, buzzing the basket here on hole one. Chad's taking the defense of his title seriously.
Yeah, giving it a run, no doubt, as we see Sylus Williams now stepping up to the box. Only 15 years old, again, recently became a junior world champion, represents Team Innova. He actually is going to be going for a forehand here, probably a destroyer or something along those lines. A little low, though, to the ground, but luckily kicks back out to the fairway, so should be able to get up and down for par from here.
Nice up there. Probably just a little nerves there on hole one, but looks like he got himself right in putting range there.
Yeah, now JohnE McCray looking to see if he can just pitch one up there. I know he uses a shield quite a lot for putting and for little upshots like this, so just something to think about. As he kind of gave that one a slight bid. Almost caught some change there.
Well done.
But yeah, he'll get a part out of that, as this will be Sylus putting using the Halo Nexus AVR as his putting putter. So you'll see that throughout the round as he takes his par.
Solid putt there to make sure, he doesn't start off too far behind the group here.
Chance for birdie here for Sherbert.
Oh, just off. Chad usually putts with a Rhino. He's just off on that one.
And, of course, Matty O putting with the judge for quite some time, and he will collect the birdie. So we'd like to give a big thank you to Emerald Queen Goddess for their support on helping out for this broadcast, helping make it possible, as we're about to head off into hole two here with our feature card. Just a couple of tap-ins left to go.
Kind of surprised that we only had one birdie on that, but I know the rest of the group will be trying to catch up here on this next hole.
Yeah, but no surprise to see Matty O leading things off with the birdie, as he is definitely a player who feels very comfortable in the woods, definitely suits his game, and he's looking to make a bold statement here after that win at the MVP Open.
Yep, here we see the second hole that we're looking at, kind of ranked 13th easiest. Pretty much looks like they've nailed par here on the course, as it's averaging exactly par. So par 3 here, 331 feet. Again, rough off the sides, a very generous fairway, but a little bit of elevation, you know, as you move up onto the green here. So players are going to have to throw kind of a penetrating shot if they're going to reach the green to get the putt here.
Kind of hard packed ground, though, so I feel like kind of like a little bump and run strategy may not be a bad idea, as I believe this is his honor. So it's a slightly overstable fairway driver for Matty O. Doesn't get quite the best kick. Yeah.
Yep, see the signature glasses fall off, but you know, still got him at putting range.
If I would guess, this is probably some type of Saint Pro or something like that from JohnE McCray, kind of his go-to fairways.
Yeah, looking good.
Absolutely. Pin high and wide open, and looks like he will have a birdie putt, no doubt.
Yep. See, this is probably for Chad, his Sirius Falcon, if I had to guess. Kind of a faster disc to make sure it stays in the fairway with a little bit of turn. Also looks really good.
Absolutely. It's, with it being 330, but playing uphill definitely requires maybe closer to 350 or 360 power. As Sylus is going to maybe rip this one over a little too right, but stays out of the rough for the most part.
Yeah, just on the edge. Should give him a putt. Size sliding. Oh,
just a touch short.
Just off the front rim. Yeah.
So the accuracy is there. Just didn't quite have the power, but it is still early days in this round. As Matt trying to start 2 for 2, but we'll have to settle for a par hitting the top band there.
Johnny lining this one up.
Yeah,
there we go. Getting on the board.
Yeah, putting the shield in there. You may see some turbo putts from him later on, of course. It's kind of one of his trademarks, but that was just kind of a textbook tap in for him.
Yep. Sherbert for the short putt here.
Just got it over. That was a little scary.
Just over the rim. Yep, but hey.
Scorecard don't care.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Doesn't tell any stories, right? And Matt will clean up here, of course, at the end, but along with Sylus, and that should get us pretty close here now. You know, things get a little more interesting after 2.
Indeed they do, as we'll take a brief look at the score box, and we'll be right back after a short break from one of our sponsors.
TeamDiscraft.com. All the team favorites on one site.
All right, now we're back with the coverage here on hole 3. What are we looking at here, Shane?
Well, as we saw, the first 2 fairways were, you know, very fair, I would say. Here, there was a few more obstacles that our players will have to navigate, but we do have a line that's pretty easy for the players to dial in on. They're trying to see here as the drone kind of moves down the course here on the right side. Most of our players are going to be looking at playing a straight backhand, finishing a little left. This is the 12th easiest on the course, averaging just under par.
Looks like this is the same fuse that JohnE McCray threw on the opening hole in his hand.
Looking good down that right side. Get a little ground play. All right, that got Johnny in great range there for a putt.
Absolutely. Exactly what you want to do. Just a nice straight shot with a little bit of slide forward. Chad, a little bit more of a high hyzer play on this one, but it gets down there. Going to be circle 2, maybe?
Probably his Aurora, if I had to guess.
And now Matty O throwing that same pine he threw on the first hole. Little baby flex.
Ooh, very similar position to Chad there. Silas could really use one here to kind of get him on the board. Oh, little ground play. Oh, slides up there nicely.
Absolutely. So he'll be well within circle one. We'll have perhaps the shortest putt of all to collect a birdie on hole 3, but definitely still a little bit of meat on the bone here for Chad Sherbert. A little stepper. Knew it right away that wasn't going to quite get there.
Just a little high.
Yeah. Matty O certainly known for his little jump putts from this range. Oh, just left side. Nearly.
That's the second one we've seen just off left side here.
And again, here is Sylus looking for that birdie. And he will connect. Put himself on the board there.
Getting interesting early.
And kind of exchanging blows here on these opening 3 holes are our feature card. But it will be JohnE McCray just a little low on that putt. And so it's going to be everyone at 1 under par heading in the hole 4.
Yeah, the course has definitely helped keep the players kind of tight here on these wooded holes.
Interesting putting position there from Chad, but he's able to make it work.
Yeah, I was really liking how you were giving him credit for that putt already. I'm sure he appreciates that too.
A little uncomfortable, but still short range. What got the job done.
All right, well, all tied up, as you said, as we head over to the next hole. Hole 4. Man, this is a great hole. It's a little tricky. It's hard to tell from the drone footage here, but it plays a little uphill for maybe the first 2/3 to 3/4 of the hole here. Players have to navigate these 2 trees while moving a disc a little left to right. Right about here, it actually crests and then starts becoming downhill again. So all of this adding a little bit of toughness to the hole. As you can see, it's the 18th hardest hole, or the 18th easiest hole, which makes it the hardest.
Yeah, this might be either a Dark Rebel or a J from Sylus.
Looks pretty good. Oh, just gets caught up on that left side.
Yeah, didn't quite turn all the way over. Meanwhile, JohnE McCray sticking here with, I think this is still another fuse, maybe just a slightly more stable one.
Yeah, same mistake on hole 1, I think, just a little early.
And that was just an early release from Chad. It's going to happen every now and then when you're just going to have a misfire, but we'll see how he deals with it. It's going to be the big thing.
Right.
I think this is Maverick from Matty-O here.
Yeah, this is looking textbook, Dustin.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, what a shot.
And that's what Matty-O's so good at. Just those slight anhyzer release, slow turnovers. No, these are the ones that never always been a big staple in his game.
Yeah, very much so. Oh, it looks like Chad here may have kicked out, so at least he's in the open.
That's what you like to see, because like you said, if you get off the fairway, the rough is indeed quite treacherous. Very hard to get yourself back in position if you get too far off the fairway. So being able to have a nice simple up and down is certainly nice there.
Let's see what Johnny's got here.
Well, he's going to have to start doing some Pilates. He's going to have to start doing Shane because he's stretching way out for this.
Really good at this shot, though. Oh, that should give him a putt. I think he's going to be okay.
Yeah, kind of just have to do the damage control when you're off the fairway like that. Sylus trying to line something up here. Not quite.
He had a cleaner look than I thought he would from there, Dustin.
Yeah, I agree with you, but didn't seem like he either had enough confidence to put enough power on it, or maybe there was a limb or something he was trying to get under, but either way, it will be a par that he'll have to settle for, as Matty-O's looking for a bird here. And count it.
Yeah, that's what we're used to seeing there. So maybe a couple of jitters on the first holes there, but that putt really looked like the signature Matty-O putt.
As we'd like to give a big shout to Privet Dryv Disc Golf for their support of this coverage. So we've had many partners help step up, so appreciate it. Yeah, easy par there. Same for Chad.
So far, the players have really minimized the damage. We've seen a couple errant drives, but the players have really done a good job of getting up and down.
Absolutely. As you can see, the scorecards are clean. Everyone at 1 under par except for Matt, who's been able to go 2 down through 4 as we head over into hole number 5, where it continues to be some treacherous wooded golf.
Yeah, this hole's really tough here. This is a par 4, our first par 4 on the course. Players are really trying to get up here somewhere past this blue rock if they can in one, and then they have to navigate this really tight corridor with a few trees. So the further they can penetrate on that first shot gets them a lot better chance to navigate these few obstacles here, and then we see the basket kind of setting out in the green. So a really good par 4 here to test the player's skill.
I believe Matteo again going back to that honor, again kind of like a slightly overstable 9-speed.
Okay, gets up there. Maybe a tad long, but this is looking good. This is looking really good.
Yeah, I don't think you can be too displeased with that shot. Sylus Williams is trying to follow those vapor trails, and he will do so successfully. In fact, it's further up there. Wow, what a shot.
Oh, wow.
I believe that was
such a great shot.
Yeah, that was a Halo Destroyer, I think, out of him, and he puts a move on it. Beautiful shot.
That was great.
Ooh, that's a little inside. Get sneaky, though.
Yeah, actually, this, for those who've played this course before, that's the old original par 3 placement.
Oh, okay.
So Chad, I think probably here is throwing a Thunderbird if I had to guess.
Yeah, it seems like one of those holes.
Oh, what a kick.
Yeah, it puts him right back in center position. So everyone's in a pretty good spot. I would say Johnny's maybe a little bit cut off from where he'd like to be. Maybe a rare forehand.
Yeah, the rare forehand from Johnny. Warming that thing up here. He's got it, though, when he needs it.
Just a little step Annie. Doesn't quite get up there, but should still be able to get a par, no problem.
Yeah. Oh, Chad got such a favorable kick there. It's right in the middle. Let's see what he can do with it.
Just didn't control the height.
A little high.
Yeah.
Little high.
Ceiling is going to catch him and knock him down, so he'll have to settle for par as well. Matteo with the pure here, trying to live up to the disc's name, and he does.
Oh, perfect. Great shot for Matty for the birdie. I'm excited to see how far Sylus got up here, though.
He's got a jump putt, man. That's how far. Yeah.
Wow. Oh, that is so good.
And again, he has got a really solid game for someone that's just 15. I mean, brilliant player. One for the future for sure. Oh, that's a rare miss.
On these little turnovers out of the woods.
Oh, Chad tries to give that one a chance.
Good run. Good run.
Absolutely. Just a safe par for JohnE McCray. Count it.
Oh,
wow.
And he does it. The Scramble King. He's lived in the woods. Oh, what a great shot.
That is a great shot. You know, you started to worry for him after that upshot was, you know, kind of awry, I guess you could say, but not letting it get to him. Puts the putt in there, no problem. As Matt collects another birdie for his scorecard. Drops him down to 3 under par. 2 in a row.
He and Sylus really made this hole look easy.
They really did. And Sylus having a jump putt approach on this hole is pretty spectacular.
They keep this up, we may have to do a little course redesign.
As we look here, Matt builds a little bit of a lead, but Sylus just one step behind, and we'll pick back up the coverage after a short break. not so good. But that rollout is, what the heck?
Oh, he is the Scrabble King. Amazing rollout there.
Wow, that was a roller coaster ride of a throw.
Yeah,
Fortunate
he may still
landing.
be on that roller coaster. Oh, yep. Okay, we may even have a look at that eagle I was talking about there with the jump putt. We'll see how ambitious Chad feels when he gets there.
Well, upshot here from Sylus. I know he likes to use the Toro or the Cayman a lot for those upshots, so it's probably one of those two. So he's just trying to put himself in position for par from there, it looked like, kind of taking his medicine. JohnE McCray, on the other hand, has a kind of a tough one. I mean, he could straddle out left and try to throw the forehand, but he's going to maybe go for the patent pending backhand here.
Yeah, as you said, really sign up for those yoga classes.
Nice upshot, though. Sets him up for a putt there.
Well done. Can even get the birdie.
Yep.
Yeah, he looks pretty pleased with that. Having some fun with his card mates.
Just a little jump putt approach here from Sylus. Not looking to do too much with it. Just make sure he gets his par and gets out of here.
Yeah. Probably the same for Matty. Matty really wound up in a good spot.
Yeah. Again, just little simple jump putt layup to make sure he gets his birdie in his case.
Save and play call.
Chad, though, like you said,
the eagle here.
could. Let's see if he wants to run it. Definitely is.
Little half run there. Yeah, I like it. See, pretty safe, but definitely gave it a chance.
That would look so good the whole way.
Yeah, this is definitely one of those holes where, you know, getting the birdie is really kind of the main agenda, but if you can get the eagle, it's a great bonus.
Yeah,
Nice.
for our pro players, it could be listed as really a real tough par 3, possibly.
Sure.
But either way, it gives some good scoring separation.
I agree with that. So we're going to see a par from Sylus, but everyone else here should be cleaning up birdies.
There we go.
Yeah, really not much left to do on this one. Just dot the I's and cross the T's and move on from hole 6 as this is where things start to kind of change on the course. The scenery begins to look a little bit different, which is kind of what I like about this course. Kind of that hybrid style of golf gets played here out at Eagles Landing. As you can see, this is a beautiful open shot.
Yeah, we've kind of escaped the woods. You know, players really want to come out a few under par there before we get out here in the open. Now, if there's some wind, these can be some real challenging holes, but today on the first day, the wind really laid down and scoring opportunities were great. This is the 5th easiest hole here. Plays kind of across a valley and then back up the hill. The one thing the players are going to try to avoid here, don't be behind that pine tree to the left.
And it's also about not wanting to have a dangerous putt with the risk of a rollaway, because that can certainly be something else that comes into play on this hole. So Matt puts one really wide here.
Yeah, he put a good move on it, but I'm with you. I think, not only, well, he lined up that putt you were talking about. That's going to be a tough one to really run at.
As I know for distance, Johnny likes to throw the grace and the ride. This looks like maybe just a grace here. Puts it up in that spot you're just talking about behind the pine. That could be a problem.
Yeah, I think he'll have a putt, but it could be a little tricky. Looks like Chad here, probably a destroyer. Probably a halo destroyer he likes throwing in. He's also going to have to deal. Oh, that good roll back there. I think he might have a gap.
And I think this is Halo Destroyer from Sylus. Looks
Pretty
great.
popular disc on this hole. Oh, that looks really good. Oh, the best of the lot.
Yes,
Great
indeed.
shot there. Yeah, I got a little gallery falling in behind here, it looks like. I don't think Matt was really giving that one.
Oh, no. No way.
Let's preserve the score there, right?
Exactly. Yeah, you know, got to know when to hold them and when to fold them, and that was definitely a fold them moment. As Johnny tried to get that one a run, nearly catches it, but we'll have to settle for par on this one.
Yeah, the uphill, I think, right there may have gotten him a little bit. Chad with a similar angle here.
But well done. What a birdie from Chad.
Nice birdie. Yeah, he's excited about that.
It's such a dangerous putt. So many things can go wrong there, so that's a great one to snag as Sylus will tap his in as well. So we'll also give a huge shout-out to the New Orleans DGC as another great community out there in the Southeast for disc golf, supporting the coverage here. Thanks to you all.
Looks like Matt and Johnny will be tapping in here for their par, so no damage, just 2 birdies and 2 pars.
Yep, and that'll bring us to 4 under for Matty O after the turkey. He slows down a bit with the par there, but still maintains a stroke lead over Chad and Sylus, with Johnny not too far behind at 2 under par. As we get into our next hole.
Yeah, starting here, you can see some of the views that really mark this course. Kind of playing from an elevated tee here. Again, when the wind's up, this can kind of be tough. We have a lot of OB left, circling around the basket and going over to the right. Most of our players will probably throw a mid or maybe a stable fairway driver just out to the right, letting it hyzer back into the basket. Just got to avoid the OB.
You can see the white stakes and the tall grass that mark that OB, so very easy to visualize it. As we'll see a lot of these swinging hyzer plays, I imagine, from the whole card.
Looks a little short, but should be within Chad's putting range.
Not ideal, but like you said, definitely still in a position where he should be able to make something happen there.
I would like to normally see him go a little wider to avoid that OB. Oh, he did find it. Yeah, I'd like to see the players go a little bit wider. You have a lot of room out here to the right to work with.
And that's Matty's Orbit Ati, actually one of his Tour Series discs now, I think, and that is beautiful.
Yeah, great shot there for Matt. Look at Johnny here. Again, a little inside, I would think. Yep, he's going to be flirting with the OB. Oh, and also finds it. Yeah, this is the first signs of trouble here. Maybe the elevated tee and out in a little bit of the open, but we really need to hang that one out to the right.
See if he can save par here, and he does. Well done, Johnny. I mean, he has hit some pretty big putts already this round to just not allow any damage to be taken on the scorecard. Even with a couple of errant shots, he's always been able to salvage it.
Yeah, Scramble King.
Chad Sherbert knocking that one down.
Nice birdie. A little high right, but basket did its job, and Chad picks up the birdie there.
As look at that. That is inches from that OB line. Really unfortunate break there. See if he can still salvage par at least. Absolutely. Well done.
Well, guys have got the putter going here, like you said, kind of minimizing that damage.
You see none yet. Everyone's still got a clean scorecard, so really awesome to see. As we'll see Matt with another birdie there. Racking him up, as one would expect, one is level. As we are going to see him go to 5 under par. Chad just a stroke behind, and it's a pretty tight race. As we'll be back after a quick break.
At Discraft, we don't wait to see what the future holds. We build it. The future is in your hands.
And here we look to finalize our front 9 on what is a very treacherous hole on the slant.
Yeah, here kind of an elevated tee, and what we're going to see is we have OB kind of off to the rough that you can see along the right here, marked by these stakes. But what really makes this hole challenging is the basket placement. So this basket is perched on this hillside, and the grounds crew really likes keeping this green super fast. So what the players are looking at, trying to match that green and land something flat that will really stick and give them a good putt without the rollaway risk. This looks a little inside here from Chad. We'll see. Oh, bounces up the wind. I think puts him on top of the hill. That will be a scary putt for sure.
Yeah, I imagine that's going to be a layup if I had to guess, as we are going to see that Ati again out for Matty O, as you said, trying to match the grade of the hill with the backhand hyzer.
Oh, really good. Does it stay?
Nope. No chance.
Oh.
Not a shot.
Yeah, that's that fast green. Sit down. Sit down. All right. I've even seen players roll OB, so at least we sat there and pat. He'll still have a putt at it. See what Sylus has.
It's probably a Halo Destroyer here. That's what it looked like out of his hands. Trying to do the same thing as Matt, but hope for a better result. And no.
She gone. Yep, same thing. Sit. Okay. Yeah, that's just a really tough green here. You got to really try to match it or get lucky and roll the dice with the hyzer and see what happens. Another hyzer coming in here from Johnny. And, oh, it looks like it. Oh, he hits a dirt patch and stays, our first one. So he's looking really good.
Now you got the flip to a belly flop to a soft landing, so he will be able to have a putt for birdie there. Everyone else has a dangerous uphill or downhill putt ahead of them. Sylus, that was probably a halfway bid, if I had to guess.
Half bid.
Same for Matt here.
For Matt.
Yep.
Oh, no. Oh, it's chains.
Yeah, I would say that was more of a full run.
Yes.
Chad doesn't want anything to do with
you
that.
Called it. Yeah, I wouldn't need. Oh, look at him. Yeah, you called that one.
That's one of those putts you're only going for on the last day if you really need it.
Oh, good birdie there. Yeah, absolutely. You can't win the tournament on this hole, but you could lose it. So, yeah, probably a smart play there from Chad.
Absolutely. Couldn't agree more, as we'll be seeing everyone else tap in their pars to finish off their front nines here on the opening round of the Big Rip. And so as it stands, we will have clean cards for everyone through the front nine. Mattia will finish things off 5 down through 9. Chad at 4 under, and then JohnE McCray and Sylus Williams both at 3 under par. So still a very tight race amongst the players on our feature card. No big blow-ups or anything along those lines. Everyone's still very much in the race, so to speak, as we take a look at some of the other players competing out on the course. You can see Ben Fulford, another big player in the Southeast, 6 down through 11 at this point in time. We had one guy finish off 9 under par for his day, and all the other scores are kind of within a stroke or two of that. And that is going to do it, folks. Be sure to subscribe here to Ace Run Productions if you're not already, and click that bell for notifications. Also follow Ace Run Productions out on Instagram and out on Twitter, as they do a lot of the coverage for the Disc Golf Pro Tour. Also, you can give us some follows if you want. My name is Dust Murray. I'm Follow Dust out on the socials, Twitter and Instagram. And, of course, Shane Seal here is Discraft Pro out on YouTube. So, Shane, I appreciate you joining me, and I guess I'll see you on the back nine.
Oh, I can't wait to see who's really going to make a push. We've seen a few kind of safer plays. Let's see who really tries to take charge of this thing.
Indeed. Catch you next time.